Hello, I'm Boily Ben and welcome to today's episode, and today we are trying out ESP Mega Method Feeders. Now these are basically just a beefed up method feeder for big carp, so hopefully we get some big carp, we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to talk you through them, show you how to rig them up, show you the rigs that I'm going to be using, basically everything, see if they're any good, and what I think of them, and everything else, and hopefully just have a nice pleasant day's fishing, although at the moment the weather is not the best. It's raining, it's windy, and yeah, but I've seen a couple of fish topping, so hopefully that's a good sign. Anyway, let's get into it. As always, please hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe, and also leave a comment and say hello. Oh, carp just jumped then. We're obviously in the right spot. Fishing a lake that I've never fished before today, another new lake. There's a lot of that going on lately, isn't there? I'll show you the lake, well, a bit of it. I don't want to get, I'm hiding under my umbrella at the moment, don't want to get wet. And yeah, let's get going. I've got the pellets soaking and need to tie up a couple of rigs, get these on, and keen to get out there. Oh, I hear that wind. So I've got the packet with the mould and the feeder, and also one packet of just a feeder as well, and they do these in different weights and different sizes. So this one is the 2 ounce one, large one. They do an extra large as well. This is the 3 ounce large. I would have gone for a 2 ounce if they had it in the shop, but they didn't this morning. So as you can see, that's £7.65 for the one with mould, £4.25 for the there's a price underneath there, I wonder what it was before, for the normal one without the mould, and yeah, probably carp tax added there. Right, let's get them out and have a little look. So these are very similar. Obviously ESP is Drennan, as we all know, and these are of course virtually the same as the Drennan feeders, just a lot bigger. So this actually feels and looks a nice weight. I've got the extra large one as well, which I can show you. So the only difference really between this and the Drennan one is that these have a little clip there that's stuck in there. Hang on, let me get something to try and get that out with. God, that's tight in there. There we go. So it comes with what they call a quick change. I think they call it a quick change clip. So it's like a key ring, so that tie that to your main line, and then put your loop through there, and then it fits in the end there. But what I think I'm going to do, I don't like, that won't be a free running rig with that stuck in there. Might, I don't know, no it's not going to be. It's actually struggling to get that back in there. So I think I'm just going to put a normal swivel on there and have it completely free running. Might have to actually hollow that out a bit. I'll try the other one, see if the other one's the same. I don't remember it being that tight. Yeah, so let's get on that on there. Just obviously got your tail rubber there. They're not a removable stem, the stem is fixed in there. So put tail rubber on, through your line, then your feeder, then your swivel, then your hook length. That is all there is to rig it up. So let's get that on there. Right, that's on there. I was actually just looking at the book that when you open up the leaflet thing that comes with it, and it says that it is actually that recess in there to take a size 9 swivel. I'm not sure what size that swivel is, but this one does fit perfect in there, and this has got a ring swivel on the end as well, so that is nice and 360 movement there, and that just pops out dead easy as well. Slight resistance, but nothing major. The fish will definitely bolt and it will come out of there, so that's good. The only thing was I did have a bit of trouble threading the line through there. I had to tie a loop in it, poke that through, and then poke a I don't know what you call it, puller, one of them, to pull it through. And yeah, that's it really. Obviously got my tubing on as well, which is one of the requirements on the lakes here, and that tubing should go in the end of the tail rubber. I probably should have looked at that before I put the tail rubber on, because that is a bit tight. It might not quite go in there. You would think, bearing in mind that that is ESP tubing, that it would fit in an ESP tail rubber, but alas no, but that'll be alright anyway. I'll do the other one. Right, let's show you the rig and get it out. It's still absolutely chucking it down. Here's the rig. So I'm going to try something a bit different. So this is a size 10, this is actually an ESP hook. I think it's Cryogen or something like that. I think Cyrogen, I don't know. Don't really understand all ESP hook names, but anyway, it's one of them. And it's a size 10, and I've tied it up sort of multi-rig style, but instead of having the multi-rig on it, I've just pulled it tight through, if that makes sense. So you just stick it through and then put the loop over the top to pull it tight, which means that this is now a quick change hook still. And then I've just got a couple of gripper beads with the swivel straight on the hook. And the reason why I've put this gripper bead up the top, I mean you could put a bit of shrink tubing on there, but I've put a bit of gripper bead because that swivel, with it being a small hook, that swivel will actually, I found out it will run over the top of the eye of the hook, because the eye's not that big on such a small hook. So I'll put a gripper bead there, gripper bead below, and yeah, really basic. This is just a supple braid, the Corda, can't remember what it's called, probably dark matter or something, is it? I don't know. I think it's something like 18-pound breaking strain bit of braid. Yeah, I'm just going to loop to loop that onto the swivel. Got to do that now. Oh my god, this rain, I'm going to have to go and get my waterproofs out of the car. So I'll go through there. Whether this rig works or not, I don't know. I just thought it might be good for a method feeder and for bigger carp. So if we hook that grass carp, he ain't going to be getting off of this. Like so. And that is it. Ready to rock and roll. So start with hook bait. I mean I could get away with a tiny wafter, but I'm going to put a 12mm citrus wafter on there. I haven't got any other 12mm, so this will have to do. Try it on that, see if it pick us out a bigger fish. Although obviously the bream like to take these as well. Just screw that on there. I don't think I'm going to put any putty with it, because obviously it's a method feeder rig. So it should, if it's going to come anywhere, it'll only come off the top of there anyway, so that'll be alright. Let's get the pellets. Just been and put my waterproofs on. I have to leave these to soak just a little bit longer than I would have liked really, but hopefully they're not too mushy. So the good thing about these, a bit like the Drennan ones, is they've got a nice big recess for your hook bait there. You can see that on the bottom, that just drops in there. Yeah, these do feel a bit mushy. I've put them in and did the usual of forgetting about them. Came back to them about 4 or 5 minutes later. Hopefully they're right. Today I'm using, I've had some Westies pear drops left over and some mixed with some ringers. I did put a little touch of ground bait in because Westies Sweet Eclipse ground bait, because it was soaked a bit, but that looks pretty damn good, I think you have to say. I mean, look at that for a parcel of bait landing on the deck. There's plenty of pellets there. That looks pretty decent, I reckon. It's got to be good for a bite. That looks like, that's as good as the photo, that is. I should take a picture of that. I don't know whether I'll put any liquids on it. I might stick a bit of liquid on there. Let's have a look, see what we got. Let's put a bit of the old bubble gum on. So I've got some of the Westies bubble gum because this stuff did really well the other week. If you've not seen my Carp Viagra video, check that out. Right, let's get this cast out. Let's get wet. So I've been reliably informed that in this sort of corner here is a good spot. So we're going to try and lob it out into there, just a little underarm cast. That is about perfection. Just thought I'd do a little comparison between the three feeders. So on the left here is the standard Drennan method feeder. Then, oh, we're in. This feels like a fish, and no, it's definitely a fish, but it feels alright. Putting a bend in the rod, it's got to be a carp. It's a mirror. Yay! We've actually got ourselves a fish. Well, that didn't take too long. In fact, that took minutes. It's the food van. Food, glorious food. Give us a carp. There's a little fighter. Got ya. Oh, nice fish. Let's have a little look at him. Wow, that is a cracking looking mirror. What a beautiful fish. So rig works, feeder works. Yes, thank you, Mr. Carp. Let's just get this out of your way. Let's have a good look at you. What a stunning fish. That is a beauty. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Lovely. Take two, after we were nicely interrupted. Here's the three sizes feeder: standard Drennan, the large ESP method, and the extra large. So let's put that in there. As you can see, holds a reasonable amount more than the large. That is 35 gram. Is it? Yeah, I think so. And that's that one. Now compared to the large to the extra large, there is a fair bit of difference. Now I personally, I have tried the extra large before and I really didn't like them. And that's why I've bought the large. I find that the extra large is too big. By the time you got all the bait on there, it's just too heavy. I mean, that's 70 grams. Actually, that's lighter than this. That's an 85 gram, but that's a big old lump. Once you get the bait on there as well, that is, you're casting that in. Oh, fish on again. Well, I'm struggling to keep a rod in the water here. God, this one's going like a flipping rocket. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think the large is better, easier to cast. That's another mirror, and just generally easier to work with. Because when you're smashing that extra large one, it's it's like throwing a brick into the water. They certainly seem to be liking this one. should have brought my smaller net with me. There we go, nice little chunk. Oh, a chunky monkey. Alright, let's get you back. Well, I've got to say, so far I'm mightily impressed. These pellets and with the mould are going on there absolutely perfection. And yeah, really good. Should have cut the tail rubber down a little bit just so the tubing would fit in it. But bar that, can't really complain. They're definitely doing the job. I'm just going to attempt to tie up another rig for the other rod. This is the Corda braid Supernatural. Wasn't dark matter, don't know what I was on about. Wheat green braided hook link, 18 pound breaking strain, 20 metres of it for probably about 20 quid. Knowing Corda. Yeah, but I would imagine any sort of braid would do the trick. So just cut off a length of this. It's basically a case of tying 2 loops. One loop one end, one loop the other end, and that's it. Now to put the hook on, it's just a case of pushing the loop through the front of the eye of the hook, putting that over the top of the hook, and then instead of having it like a multi-rig, just basically pulling it tight like so. So that is now quick change obviously, because you can just pull that loose again like that and get it back out again. So that's that. Just put your swivel on, put your stopper on, or 2 stoppers on, tie open the other end, and away you go. So I'm having a nightmare getting the line through this next one. Can anyone let me know what is the bigger version of this called, where it's got like tiny little, I don't know if we can get that in focus, it's got like a tiny little hook point on the end, so when you get the loop through it, just hooks it. It hasn't got a big one, just a little one. I could do with one that's like longer than the feeder to pull it through, because it is a flipping nightmare. You can actually see through the clear tube, but getting it to hook on there is just pure luck. Whereas if it went all the way through, you could just hook it on there and drag it straight through, but it's a flipping faff. Pain in the neck, driving me crazy at the moment. Done it, I just managed to push the knot all the way through from this end to get the loop to come out of this end, so we are in. So now I need to cut this loop off and actually pull it through with the knot. Yep, there we go, it's through. Right, sorted. Tie the swivel on, put the rig on, that's another one ready. Right, that's rig number 2 to go. Obviously this one is a heavier one, 85 grams, so really you need a decent test curve on your rod. Probably minimum, well mine are 3, but probably 3.25, 3.5. I should think, if you were going to cast this at any distance, but I'm not going to be casting this at distance, I'm not going to be punching it out there. So yeah, it is a fair old weight, but I think that looks really, really good. As you know on this channel, I do love the normal sized Renan method and the pellet feeders as well. I really like those with the built up sides. That would be cool if ESP did one the same with the built up pellet feeders in this size. I think that would be really good. Although big Carp obviously wouldn't be able to get the mouths in there, so maybe that wouldn't work. But I've also cut the tail rubber down on this one just a little bit, so the tubing fits in. You have to have 18 inches of tubing. I don't know about on this lake actually, maybe the other lake, the specimen lake, but I've got that on there anyway, because I may well take this onto the big lake later to have a go for some big fish. Or we may just stay here if it carries on raining, we shall see. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me use this method for going after big carp, or if you have used this method for bigger carp. In fact, what's the biggest carp you've caught on a method feeder? I'd be quite interested to know. Right, let's put this one just straight out in front. Perfecto. Oh, it's come off. It's come off. Damn. It was on and then it was off. Long. Let's see if this one stays on. Literally just cast that back out again and off it went again. Doesn't feel huge. Hey. Oh, it's come off. Oh no. That's annoying. It was only a little one, mate. Little mirror by the looks of it. Well, hopefully this rig is nailing them. Maybe just not so much with the little ones, I don't know. I think possibly the other thing is with the heavier the lead you've got on, this is an 85 gram feeder, it gives them more weight to shake the hook as well. So I think I'm going to actually order another one of the smaller, was it the 2 ounce or whatever it was feeder, because I prefer a lighter weight. He's here with the babies. I've been away. They weren't here yesterday. Nice to see them back again. Oh, there's another one. Well, I was just chatting and the left-hand rod went off. And it is a nice common. That's common. I was just saying to the guys, is there any commons in there? And we got ourselves one. Right, let's get him back. Oh, there we go. Another mirror. Fairly similar to the one we had before. Really got some fire. That's got him. Yes. There we go, guys. Another nice common. Oh wow, this is where the carp is spawning, underneath this willow tree. They're right in here. Right in all that grassy stuff. I suppose that's perfect for them in there. You won't be able to see really on the camera, I don't think. There are loads of them at it down there. This explains why I wasn't catching her the other day. Maybe we are best off where we are and leave these ones to it. Incredible. That's the one thing, being able to see them up this close this time of year. They are not fussed about me, their mind is only on one thing. Amazing. Right, I'm back in my shelter. Just got back from having a walk around chatting to the other guys. There's only 2 other guys fishing the big lake and a couple on this one, I think. Definitely think it's the right move staying on this lake that I'm on today. As you've seen, they're spawning on that one next door and conditions are not good. One guy's caught one straight away and nothing since, and the other guy's on the swim that I was in the other day and he's had nothing. Just the odd liner and nothing really difficult. So we're going to stay put where we are. We're in a good swim here. We're in the premier swim. Get the rods back out again and see if we can get a couple more. I don't know if I said there's a rogue grass carp in here. So it'd be nice to try and get that. Let's get some more fish on the bank if we can. Famous last words. I probably won't catch anything now. Anyway, here we go. Here's the view. It is a rough old day today, weather-wise. Okay, little diddy little mirror, tiny little one. Well, this goes to show a bream will still take a 12mm. There we go. Nice little mirror. On the other side. There you go. Lovely jubbly. Not a bream, but quite a slab of a bream. Hand for size there. Am I glad I've got my brolly today. It's keeping me lovely and dry in there. Plenty of space in there. I'm really liking this. It's the ESP Low Pro. I made a video on it a few weeks ago. If you've not seen it, check it out. But yeah, I'm well impressed with it. It's good in the wind as well. Plenty of pegging points on it as well. So that ain't going anywhere. You can get storm poles as well if you want to buy storm poles to go. There's screw fittings for them there. But I don't think you really need it. It's fine as it is. I'm a little bit quiet at the minute, so just for the fun of it, I thought I'd put on one of these sticky 12mm manila dumbbells. Just for the fun of it. I think these are wafters. I'm pretty sure they are. I better just check that actually, make sure they're not pop-ups. I'm sure they're wafters. Well, bream will even eat the big manila dumbbells as well, but we know that. This weather isn't getting any better. There we go. Very similar to the one I had earlier, I think. Unless it is the same one. Complete with a little silverfish there as well. Check that. Beautiful. Lovely little sticky little chunky mirror. One thing that is pretty obvious really is when you're using these bigger feeders is you do need to make up a lot more pellets. So I nearly got through my pellets, although I only sort of made up pellet wetters, normal sort of pellet wetters, well I've still got some left. But yeah, just to be something aware of, make sure you take plenty of pellets with you, especially if you're on a busy session, which today has turned out to be really, hasn't it? I'm pretty impressed with today, having never fished this lake before. I think the advice I was given with the 2 spots is definitely working, and the ESP method feeders are definitely working, and the rigs are definitely working, 100%. Definitely got confidence in those, really pleased. Happy days. For once, everything has gone to plan, which is good. Yeah, a nice day. Just wish the weather was a bit nicer. Yeah, a very cute looking little mirror. Tiny little one. And more of these silverfish. Lovely. Beautiful scales. You can see the gold in them. Let's get you back. Well, it's gone a bit quiet and I've run out of pellets, so seems like a good place to end the video. It's now 6 o'clock and been sat here for a while and not a lot's happening, and I can't redo the rods because I'm not going to make up any more pellets today, but it's been a good day, hasn't it? Had plenty of fish on the bank, which I needed after a couple of bad sessions. Yeah, it was good we managed to get some fish, so, and some carp as well. So yeah, all good. Really like the ESP feeders, really like my new idea for the rig, and going forward I'm sure you'll see more of both on the channel. So as always, if you've made it this far, leave a comment, hit like, and I shall see you next time. Cheers.